And here we go. Intro. Hi guys, this is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on the Supernatural Show, the show that is not intended for entertainment purposes. So today we're gonna go along with that theme. We're not gonna entertain nobody, but we are going to free some minds, and you'll find out what we mean or what I mean by free some minds, because the mind is or can be and is for most or all of us in one way or another a trap, a place where things that you learned when you were a child are still trapping you even today. The way that reality, as we are surrounded by it, has influenced our thinking over all of the years. And I'm going to try to free that. What we're going to do is we're going to look at a book that I read about somewhere between 15 to 20 years ago, and it's called The Four Agreements. And it may not sound like much fun because this isn't for entertainment purposes. This is for freeing of the minds of the people. And so we're going to look at 4 different agreements and discuss them. And then we're going to read a supernatural story that was just submitted, hot out of the frying pan, as you might say, and tell you about the story of the Shadow Man and more details of some supernatural happenings to Wild Man, as he dubbed himself. And so we're going to do that. And then we're going to go beyond the veil. Beyond the Veil is a place that we go on the Supernatural Show when we're not, when we're talking about something that would be difficult for a average person or even a new person watching this show to be able to consume. It's ideas, concepts, descriptions via symbolism and other things that are just not too consumable to the average person. So it is still available to you, and you can go and you can watch for free. The link is below the video in the description. Wherever you're watching, it should be there, or you can go to the website, TheSupernatural.Show, and click on Beyond the Veil, and it'll take you to the Beyond the Veil pre-show area, which is where we're doing this today. Where we will be doing that today. And what we're going to discuss, and then I'm going to introduce everybody, and we're going to get going here, and that is creation, procreation, and the symbolism of how heaven and earth and our bodies they all operate symbolically all in the same manner, and how the creation, procreation, and the symbolism and function of that is directly related to the crucifixion and the return of Christ. And the connections and details are pretty much undeniable if you are looking for deep, deep truth. And if you are, please join us after this show in the Beyond the Veil section, which again, we'll be giving you links again. They are below in the description of the video. We've got a full house today. We've got, we got Miss Kim here with us today. What's happening, Miss Kim? Good day? Yes, she says. Right. And we've got Roxy in the house with us today also. What's happening, Miss Roxy?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, she says. We've got Shannon in the house with us today. What's happening, Shannon?
Hello, everyone. Just, excited to do this show today. I'm excited to hear the story.
Yeah.
How are you all tonight? Or today? It's not night. I'm tired.
We're pretty good.
I don't think any of us are getting full night's sleep. Is anybody getting a full night's sleep anymore?
Do something.
Nope.
Sorry, guys.
I got about 4.5 hours of sleep. Sorry.
4.5 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we've also got Super Dave with us. And guess what? Super Mike Smith is back in the house.
Mike's in the house.
Mike's in the house. Janice, your turn.
Yay, Mike's in the house.
There we go. Glad to see you back, Mike. We love you, brother. And we appreciate you being here with us. And we all prayed for you on the show the other day. And wanted you to be back here with us for as long as our Father in heaven is willing. So, hello, Super Dave. Hello, Super Mike. Hello, Michael. What's happening, Michael? It's good to see you back here again, brother. And let's see. Let me look real quick and see who else I see. Got
We got some out there being quiet.
Yeah, I got some people being quiet today. How about y'all
Why
guys
y'all
across
being
the
so
pond?
quiet?
Where's your comments at? Across the pond. You know, I know you're watching. I know you're watching from multiple countries. I know you are because you communicate with me and let me know you watch. And we are still wanting to build relationships with y'all guys in communication, and we will be moving forward further with that coming in the near future. We got quite a bit going on, and you know, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and jump into our topic at hand, I guess. I'm gonna do today. Let's transition here. Let's take a look at I'm gonna read that's Wild Man's story here, which we're gonna hear in just a little bit. This is just a picture, an image that found in a couple of places where people are seeing things in the clouds or in the light with the clouds that's looking like triangles in the sky in the daytime even. And
That's interesting. I haven't seen this before.
And you know, it's kind of something that catches my eye for multiple reasons. And just so y'all guys know, man has crafts that are the size of a football field in the shape of a triangle that I have witnessed, Roxy's witnessed, Miss Kim's witnessed, my brother's witnessed, and a bunch of y'all guys, I'm sure. So just keep in mind, we're going to see some supernatural things happening in the heavens, and just know that there's no aliens coming to get us is the point. Okay. All right. So the Four Agreements. It's a book that you can pull up online. If you run a search for the Four Agreements, just like you see it here, and then put .pdf, and then go down and look at the returns, you're going to find one that you can open up and just read the book for free. Okay. It's quite a bit older book. I'm not sure as to what year it was done, but anyways, you can pull this up, and I'll share the link here as well in a few minutes. So let's read the basic concept of the Four Agreements, and then we'll look more at the book here. And y'all guys, share your thoughts at any point. Number one, and these are all things that are intended, if you understand them and understand them well enough, change and improve your life. Okay. They did mine, and I absolutely believe they will everybody's. That's why I'm doing a show on the book. I have nothing to do with the book other than I just loved it. So, number one, be impeccable with your word. Speak with honesty and integrity. Avoid gossip. Use your words to uplift and not harm. And we'll look more at that specific one in just a minute here. Don't take anything personally. What others say or do is a projection of their own reality. You free yourself when you stop absorbing others' opinions as truth or reality. Okay? So don't take anything personally. Number three, don't make any assumptions. Don't make assumptions. Ask questions, seek clarity, and communicate to avoid misunderstandings and unnecessary suffering on your part and on other people's parts. Number four, always do your best. Your best changes from day to day. The key is to put forth the best effort you can in each moment without self-judgment. Always do your best. So be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. So either of you got any thoughts on any one of those before I actually start reading some of the content from each
Well,
one?
I know personally that these are all good things to, self-reflect on as well. And I know I struggle in a few of those departments and continuously try to do my best to improve on those. So I either way, you know what? I'm just going to take a little picture of it for my own little reminder just in case.
Yeah. I honestly, truly, truly, truly believe that, I've remembered these 4 agreements for 15 years, and not perfectly, but I have tried to implement them into everything I do, like be impeccable with my word. Miss Kim knows if I tell somebody I'm going to do something, or if I say I'm going to do something, a high majority of the time, I'm going to do exactly what I said I'm going to do. And I also use my words to uplift, just like I'm trying to do right now. And I try not to say things that could harm other people, because I know that our tongue is a sword. Our tongue is basically the best supernatural weapon we have. Yet none of us have been taught this from childhood. We didn't have anybody that knew, and all we did was raised up around people, oh Lord, saying anything you can imagine, of course, and going after each other with their swords, and just nonstop.
Well,
So
remember the little rhyme we had when we were children? I actually posted it this morning. It came to me in the middle of the night last night. Whispering's a lie and lying's a sin. When you get to heaven, they won't let you in.
say it again.
Whispering is a lie. Lying is a sin. When you get to heaven, they won't let you in.
Mm-hmm.
My Granny Blanche that was like pounded into me as a child about lying. That
Why do people whisper?
if you whisper, the whole thing about a whisper is if you whisper, you're trying to keep somebody from hearing it, which means it will either offend or it is not the truth. And you're never supposed to set out with the intention to offend. So if you are whispering about something, if it's not just out of common courtesy for room volume, whispering is a lie.
Right.
You see, too, like there are aspects where people who have careers and, lifestyles that are surrounded and based off of gossip. There's plenty of those content creators in the gossip train, got to hear the tea.
And the
but,
television is full of it.
Oh, yeah. But, my career that I grew up in, that was always the hardest thing for me, is being surrounded by, other amazing creative artists who constantly run their mouth with gossip of all kinds and all the chaos it creates in the salon environment. It's kind of one of those businesses that is full of it. That's why I'm not really fond of.
They're gossiping about somebody else behind their back. What are they trying to do, Shannon?
I feel it's there's many levels to it, but
jealousy can provoke it.
Jealousy, it's a manipulation tactic.
Trying to manipulate your friends to put you down.
Vanity, but it's like when you're one-on-one with your client, it's like I hate saying manipulative tactic, but it kind of is, where you're sitting there making your client feel like they're somehow special in the know, and you're going to be the one telling them all the juicy details and, those kinds of things. It's a manipulation tactic to keep them coming, coming back and being loyal. It's sad, but true.
Yeah, because if someone falls into the and I say trap of gossip, they want to hear it. It's like it, it feeds
You
something
somehow feel,
in them
yeah,
somehow.
you feel privileged knowing something that others don't, even though others do. It's
Because
still.
if you're talking with somebody who will tell you some gossip, I tell Miss Kim sometimes, I say, they've always got another person they will tell that to. Someone
Mhm.
that you're talking to always has that one other person, at least one, that they're going to tell what you said to. And then it goes around the circle and ends up coming back to the person, typically, how it works.
Well, and part of it too is why do you think we have all those magazines out? There's the gossip magazines and salons. There's all the other ones that it's not just to make people think that they want to look like that. It is to get all the juicy gossip details and continue that, cycle of things with the women who are coming in to get their hair done.
Yep.
It's like self-perpetuating.
Yep. I think we'll hear a little bit about it when we dive into this as well. Got one little thing I want to do here that's not related to the show, but y'all guys will see it. Little countdown clock to keep me on tune with where we're at and everything. Put that there, and there we go. Keep me aware of where we're at. All right, so let's read some more about be impeccable with your word. Okay. Can y'all guys, Shannon and Roxy, can you see the screen pretty good?
Yep.
Is it good
Yep.
enough? Is it good enough you could even read?
Yep.
Shannon?
I need glasses, but yes.
Figure without messing up. Okay. All right, so I'll start reading. The first agreement is the most important one, and also the most difficult one to honor. Now, again, guys, I didn't write this book, so if it says something that I disagree with or you disagree with, let's just keep moving on. Unless we see something really bad, we'll point it out. But anyways, and also the most difficult one to honor. It is so important that with just the first agreement, you will be able to transcend to the level of existence I call heaven on earth. First agreement is to be impeccable with your word. It sounds very simple, but it is very, very powerful. Why your word? Your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God. The Gospel of John in the Bible, speaking of the creation of the universe, says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God. Through the Word, you express your creative power. It is through the Word that you manifest everything, regardless of what language you speak. Your intent manifests through your Word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the Word. The Word is not just a sound or a written symbol. The Word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in your life. You can speak what other animal on the planet can speak. The Word is the most powerful tool you have as a human. It is the tool of magic, but like a sword with two edges. You can see how already a lot of these things it's saying actually are things I say all the time. But like a sword with two edges, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. One edge is the misuse of the word, which creates a living hell. The other edge is the impeccability of the word, which which will only create beauty, love, and heaven on earth, depending on how it is used. The word can set you free, or it can enslave you even more than you know. All the magic you possess is based on your word. Your word is pure magic. And misuse of your word is black magic. The word is so powerful that one word can change a life or destroy the lives of millions of people. Some years ago, one man in Germany, by the use of the word, manipulated a whole country of the most intelligent people. He led them into a world war with just the power of his word. He convinced others to commit the most atrocious acts of violence. He activated people's fears, and we could see this even today, of course, on many levels. He activated people's fear with the word, and like a big explosion, there was a killing and war all around the world. All over the world, humans destroyed other humans because they were afraid of each other. Hitler's words, based on fear-generated beliefs and agreements, will be remembered for centuries. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. The seeds are opinions, ideas, and concepts. You plant a seed, a thought, and it grows. The word is like a seed, and the human mind is so fertile. The only problem is that too often it is fertile for the seeds of fear. Every human mind is fertile, but only those kinds of seeds it is prepared for. What is important is to see which kinds of seeds our mind is fertile for and prepare it to receive the seeds of love. Take the example of Hitler. He sent out all those seeds of fear, and they grew very strong and beautifully achieved massive destruction. Seeing the awesome power of the word, we must understand what power comes out of our mouths. One fear or doubt planted in the mind can create an endless drama of events. One word is like a spell, and humans use the word like black magicians, thoughtlessly putting spells on each other. Every human is a magician, and we can either put a spell on someone with our word, or we can release someone from a spell. We cast spells all the time with our opinions. An example, I see a friend and give him an opinion that just popped into my mind. I say, I see that kind of color. I see that kind of color in your face, in people who are going to get cancer. If he listens to the word, and if he agrees, he will have cancer in less than 1 year. That is the power of the word. During domestication, our parents and siblings gave their opinions about us without even thinking. We believed these opinions, and we lived in fear over these opinions, like not being good at swimming or sports or writing. Someone gives you opinion and says, look, this girl is ugly. The girl listens, believes she is ugly, and grows up with the idea that she is ugly. It doesn't matter how beautiful she is, as long as she has that agreement. She will believe that she is ugly. That is the spell she is under. By hooking our attention, the word can enter our mind and change a whole belief, for better or for worse. Another example, you may believe you are stupid, and you may have believed this for a long time, as long as you can remember. This agreement can be very tricky, causing you to do a lot of things, just to ensure that you are stupid. You may do something and think to yourself, I wish I were smart, but I must be stupid, or I wouldn't have done that. The The mind goes in hundreds of different directions, and we could spend days getting hooked by just that one belief in our own stupidity. Then one day, someone hooks your attention and using the word lets you know that you are not stupid. You believe what the person says and make a new agreement. As a result, you no longer feel or act stupid. The whole spell is broken just by the power of the word. Conversely, if you believe you are stupid and someone hooks your attention and says, yes, you are really the most stupid person I've ever met, the agreement will be reinforced and become even stronger. Now let us see what the word impeccability means. Impeccability means without sin. Impeccable comes from the Latin peccatus, which means sin. The im in impeccable means without. So impeccable means without sin. Religions talk about sin and sinners, but let's understand what it really means to sin. A sin is anything that you do which goes against yourself. Everything you feel or believe or say that goes against yourself is a sin. You go against yourself when you judge or blame yourself for anything. Being without sin is exactly the opposite. Being impeccable is not just going against yourself. When you are impeccable, you are responsible for your actions, but you do not judge or blame yourself. From this point of view, the whole concept of sin changes from something moral or religious to something common sense. Sin begins with rejection of yourself. Self-rejection is the biggest sin that you commit. In religious terms, self-rejection is a mortal sin, which leads to death. Impeccability, on the other hand, leads to life. Being impeccable with your word is not using the word against yourself. If I see you in the street and I call you stupid, it appears that I'm using the word against you. But really, I'm using my word against myself because you're going to hate me for this. And your hating me is not good for me. Therefore, if I get angry and with my word send all that emotional poison to you, I'm using the word against myself. If I love myself, I will express that love in my interactions with you. And then I am being impeccable with the word because that action will produce a like reaction. If I love you, then you will love me. If I insult you, you will insult me. If I have gratitude for you, you will have gratitude for me. If I am selfish with you, you will be selfish with me. If I use the word to put a spell on you, you are going to put a spell on me. Being impeccable with your word is the correct use of your energy. It means to use your energy in the direction of truth and love for yourself. If you make an agreement with yourself to be impeccable with your word, just with that intention, the truth will manifest through you and clean all the emotional poison that exists within you. But making this agreement is difficult because we have learned to do precisely the opposite. We have learned to lie as a habit of our own communication with others, and more importantly, with ourselves. We are not impeccable with our word. The power of the word is completely misused in hell. We use the word to curse, blame, find guilt, to destroy. Of course, we also use it in the right way, but not too often. Mostly we use the word to spread our personal poison, to express anger, jealousy, envy, and hate. The word is pure magic. most powerful gift we have as humans, and we use it against ourselves. We plan revenge. We create chaos with the word. We use the word to create hate between different races, between different people, between families, between nations. We misuse the word so often, and this misuse is how we create and perpetuate the dream of hell. Misuse of the word is how we pull each other down and keep each other in a state of fear and doubt, because the word is the magic that humans possess, and misuse of the word is black magic. We are using black magic all the time without knowing that our word is magic at all. There was a woman, for example, who was intelligent and had a very good heart. She had a daughter who she adored and loved very much. One night, came home from a very bad day at work, tired, full of emotional tension, and with a terrible headache. She wanted peace and quiet, but her daughter was singing and jumping happily. The daughter was unaware of how her mother was feeling. She was in her own world, in her own dream. She felt so wonderful, and she was jumping and singing louder and louder, expressing her joy and her love. She was singing so loud that it made her mother's headache even worse. And at a certain moment, the mother lost control. Angrily, she looked at her beautiful little girl and said, "Shut up. You have an ugly voice. Can you just shut up?" The truth is that the mother's tolerance for any noise was non-existent. It was not that the little girl's voice was ugly, but the daughter believed what her mother said. And in that moment, she made an agreement with herself. After that, she no longer sang because she believed her voice was ugly and would bother anyone who heard it. She became shy at school, and if she was asked to sing, she refused. Even speaking to others became difficult for her. Everything changed in the little girl's life because of this new agreement. She believed she must repress her emotion in order to be accepted and loved. Whenever we hear an opinion and believe it, we make an agreement, and it becomes part of our belief system. The little girl grew up, and even though she had a beautiful voice, she never sang again. She developed a whole complex from one spell. This spell was cast upon her by the one who loved her the most, her own mother. Her mother didn't notice what she had did with her word. Didn't notice that she used black magic and put a spell on her daughter. Didn't know the power of her word. And therefore, she isn't to blame. She did what her own mother, father, and others had done to her in many ways. They misused the word. How many times do we do this with our own children? We give them these types of opinions, and our children carry that black magic for years and years. People who love us do black magic on us, but they don't know what they do. That is why we must forgive them. They don't know what they do. Any thoughts on that, guys? No, we can all see it in our lives.
Well, I actually saw this very interesting thing yesterday, which is dead on the money with this. It was an experiment that was conducted at a senior citizens kind of like assisted living type place.
Mm-hmm.
There were some older individuals there, and the experiment was, I guess they got paid X amount of money to participate, but the deal was they put them in kind of like a sealed housing unit of their own with not a lot of interaction from the outside. They could not say anything negative for 3 weeks. Nothing. Not I feel bad, not these shoes are ugly, not nothing. The only thing that could come out of their mouth were positive words to themselves or to others. Within 8 days, their health started changing. Their overall physical well-being started improving at a marked rate by the 8th day. By the 20th day, these are people that were using walkers for stability and canes, to stay steady. It was like their age was regressing from positivity.
Yeah.
And that was the only change. Same diet, same med, same everything. Just they were not allowed to say anything negative. By only saying positive things, they literally, it was like they were physically starting to age backwards. Their health was coming back to them.
Yep. Can you imagine being that person that's in the bed and the doctor has used the word on them, and the doctor has used the word, the sword, the magic, voice, supernatural power, and the doctor has said, well, it doesn't look good. You've got whatever. And I would say you've probably got about 3 months to live. You should get your things in order, make sure your wheel's in place, make sure to take care of anything that you want to make sure that was taken care of, because you've only got about 3 months. Then the family comes in and they all talk to the doctor before they came in because they wanted to know the gossip, what the spell that was being done was being said to be. So they all knew, the whole family knew that the spell was, you're going to die in 3 months because you have this. And so then the family comes in and they stand around the person in the bed and they look at them in a new way. They look at them with fear in their eyes. They look at them knowing that they're going to die in 3 months. And they start saying things like, I don't know what I'm going to do without you. I just can't imagine losing you. I know the doctor said that you had this. I just can't believe this. And what is it that you want me to do in preparing for your passing? And then another family member starts crying. No, can't die. I'm going to die and leave me. Then they get mad and start screaming. And the little kids in the room are crying because their daddy is dying. But is he dying? Whose hands is it truly in? It's not in the doctor's hands. He is casting a spell because the doctor is working for the dark side, whether you realize it or not. Doctors have been trained to use the sword of the mouth to tell people that they have a problem. They diagnose them with this or that or other or this. And they say, you need these pills because they'll make that feel better, although it's going to cause many other problems. But then we'll give you another pill. And then altogether, the big pharmakia potion poisons you and kills you. And yes, you died in 3 months. But yet it all could have been maybe avoided if we knew the teachings of this book and the teaching of even the Bible. A lot of things like this as well.
Well, we all know what triggers are. There are different things throughout the day, a smell, a feel, a conversation, hearing somebody's voice. It can trigger you back to a negative moment, whether, it's PTSD and you're being triggered by a issue or struggle from the past is triggering you to feel difficult about it in the present. You have to train your brain to not let triggers work and replace triggers with what is called glimmer. Glimmer is every time something triggers you, you train yourself to have a positive thought to defeat the negative. If something, let's say you talk to a family member or somebody mentions a family member's name who you just know is not a good character and you've cut yourself off from for whatever reason. Every time they mention it, rather than it triggering you and you getting drawn down into, oh, I remember what so-and-so did to me, don't do that. Glimmer instead. When that comes up, take yourself someplace out. The first time, go in your memory to the first time your child walked, or the first time or when your teenager, went to prom. A physical memory that you can see in your brain that is positive. Replace the negative with the positive. Don't let other people put the negative in for you.
It's important too to remember, we say this all the time to others and maybe to ourselves, but when you give it up to God, when you release it to God, when you let it go and let God handle it, it's a way of, right, exactly. And negative things happen and you got to process them, but to do it in a healthy way, it is you speak with God directly. You have that relationship. You say, hey God, this is really hard for me to get past. I'm feeling all these negative emotions, these negative feelings. I want to say these negative things. I'm giving this up to you. And that's, it's a lot easier said than done, but that's part of practicing your faith, right? And giving these things up to God so you can be open and as a vessel for God's love to pour through you and heal and to help you through all those negative thoughts and feelings. Because sometimes even saying those things, you still end up carrying the emotion of the hurt and the negativity, even though you're saying them to yourselves. It's like you don't always necessarily believe it. And so when you're giving it up to God and you're allowing the Holy Spirit to fill you with God's love, you can actually heal more of the root of the issue. So you can actually intentionally feel that positive love of God and emanate that as you're saying these things. That's my 2 cents.
Nice.
That was nice.
Yeah. All right. So let's transition to the next one. Now, I didn't read the whole, get past I don't know how many pages, 7 pages, but I did share the link, what I'm reading from here in the chat. And so you can grab it in the chat if you're watching this live. And I'll try to remember to later to put it video and do the re-upload for the night. All right, so the next one is don't take anything personal. Okay. And
this is one of the ones I struggle with. I'm just gonna be real, okay? This, yep.
All right, so start reading. The next 3 agreements are really born from the first agreement. Second agreement is don't take anything personally. Whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. Using an earlier example, if I see you on the street and I say, hey, you are stupid, without knowing you, it's not about you. It's about me. If you take it personally, then perhaps you believe you are stupid. Maybe you think to yourself, how does he know? Is he clairvoyant? Or can everybody see how stupid I am? You take it personally because you agree with whatever was said. As soon as you agree, the poison goes through you and you are trapped in the dream of hell. What causes you to be trapped is what we call personal importance. Personal importance, or taking things personally, is the maximum expression of selfishness because we make the assumption that everything is about me. During the period of our education or our domestication, we learn to take everything personal. We think we are responsible for everything. Me, me, always me. Nothing other people do is because of you. It is because of themselves. All people live in their own dream, in their own mind. They are in a completely different world from the one we live in. When we take something personally, we make the assumption that they know what is in our world, and we try to impose our world on their world. Even when a situation seems so personal, even if others insult you directly, it has nothing to do with you. What they say, what they do, and the opinions they give are according to the agreements they have in their own minds. Their point of view comes from all the programming they received during domestication. If someone gives you an opinion and says, hey, you look so fat, don't take it personally, because the truth is that person is dealing with his or her own feelings, beliefs, and opinions. The person tried to send poison to you, and if you take it personally, then you take the poison and it becomes yours. Taking things personally makes you easy prey for these predators, the black magicians. They hook you easily with one little opinion and feed you whatever poison they want. And because you take it personally, you eat it up. You eat all of their emotional garbage, and now it becomes your garbage. Because if you do not take it personally, you are immune in the middle of hell. Immunity to the poison in the middle of hell is the gift of this agreement. When you take things personally, then you feel offended, and your reaction is to defend your beliefs and create conflicts. You make something big out of something so little because you have the need to be right and make everybody else wrong. You also try hard to be right by giving them your own opinions. In the same way, whatever you feel and do is just a projection of your own personal dream, a reflection of your own agreements. What you say, what you do, and the opinions you have are according to the agreements you have made. And these opinions have nothing to do with me. It is not important to me what you think about me. And I don't take what you think personally. I don't take it personally when people say, Miguel, you are the best. And I also don't take it personally when they say, Miguel, you are the worst. I know that when you are happy, you will tell me, Miguel, you are such an angel. But when you're mad at me, you will say, oh, Miguel, you are such a devil. You are so disgusting. How can you say these things? Either way, it does not affect me because I know what I am. I don't have the need to be accepted. I don't have the need to have someone tell me, Miguel, you are doing so good, or how dare you do that. No, I don't take it personally. Whatever you think, whatever you feel, I know it is your problem and not my problem. It is the way you see the world. It is nothing personal because you are dealing with yourself, not with me. Others are going to have their own opinion according to their belief system. So nothing they think about me is really about me, but it is about them. You may even tell me, Miguel, what you are saying is hurting me. But it is not what I am saying that is hurting you. It is that you have wounds that I touch by what I have said. You are hurting yourself. There is no way that I can take this personally. Not because I don't believe in you or trust you, but because I know that you see the world with different eyes, with your eyes. You create an entire picture or movie in your mind, and in that picture, you are the director. You are the producer. You are the main actor or actress. Everyone else is a secondary actor or actress. It is your movie. The way you see that movie is according to the agreements you have made with life. Your point of view is something personal to you. It is no one's truth but yours. Then, if you get mad at me, I know you are dealing with yourself. I am the excuse for you to get mad. And you get mad because you are afraid, because you are dealing with fear. If you are not afraid, there is no way you would get mad at me. If you are not afraid, there is no way you will hate me. If you are not afraid, there is no way you will be jealous or sad. If you live without fear, if you love, there is no place for any of those emotions. If you don't feel any of those emotions, it is logical that you will feel good. When you feel good, everything around you is good. When everything around you is great, everything makes you happy. You are loving everything that is around you because you are loving yourself, because you like the way you are, because you are content with you, because you are happy with your life. You are happy with the movie that you are producing, happy with your agreements in life. You are at peace and you are happy. You live in that state of bliss where everything is so wonderful and everything is so beautiful. In that state of bliss, you are making love all the time with everything that you perceive. Whatever people do, feel, think, or say, don't take it personal. If they tell you how wonderful you are, they are not saying that because of you. You know you are wonderful. It is not necessary to believe other people who tell you that you are wonderful. Don't take anything personally. Even if someone got a gun and shot you in the head, it was nothing personal. Even at that extreme, even the opinions you have about yourself are not necessarily true. Therefore, you don't need to take whatever you hear in your own mind personally. The mind has the ability to talk to itself, but it also has the ability to hear information that is available from other realms. Sometimes you hear a voice in your mind and you may wonder where it came from. This voice may have come from another reality in which there are living beings similar to the human mind. The Toltecs called these beings alleys. In Europe, Africa, and India, they called them gods. Our mind also exists in the level of the gods. Our mind also lives in that reality and can perceive that reality. The mind sees with the eyes and perceives this waking reality. But the mind also sees and perceives without the eyes, although the reason is hardly aware of this perception. Mind lives in more than one dimension. There may be times when you have ideas that don't originate in your mind, but you're perceiving them with your mind. You have the right to believe or not believe these voices, and the right not to take what they say personally. You have a choice whether or not to believe the voices we hear in our own minds, just as we have a choice of what to believe and agree with in the dream of this planet, or of this world, I would say. Mind can also talk and listen to itself. The mind is divided as your body is divided. Two opposite duality. Just as you can say, I have one hand and I shake my other hand and feel the other hand. The mind can talk to itself. Part of the mind is speaking to the other part that is listening. It is a big problem when 1,000 parts of your mind are all speaking at the same time. This is called a mitote. Remember, a mitote can be compared to a huge marketplace where thousands of people are talking and bartering at the same time. Even one has different thoughts and each one has different thoughts and feelings. Each one has a different point of view. Programming in the mind. All of those agreements we have made are not necessarily compatible with each other. Every agreement is like a separate living being. It has its own personality and its own voice. There are conflicting agreements that go against other agreements, and on until it becomes a big war in the mind. Mitote is the reason humans hardly know what they say, how they want it, or when they want it. They don't agree with themselves because there are parts of the mind that want one thing and other parts that want exactly the opposite. Some part of the mind has objections to certain thoughts and actions, and another part supports the actions of the opposing thoughts. All these little living beings create inner conflict because they are alive and they each have a voice. Only by making an inventory of our agreements will we uncover all of the conflicts of the mind and eventually make order out of chaos of the mental. Now, I would add to that, matter of fact, I think it was Wednesday on the Logic Before Authority channel. I was reading the Testament of Solomon and talking about all of the strong men. Remember all the strong men, Shannon, that Dan used to talk about?
Yep, definitely. Which,
And
by the way, guys, his channel is still floating out there. You can check out his videos.
Yep. And Dan, before he passed, gave me he gave his channel to me. Good like that.
Oh, we definitely
So I
need to
still have access.
rebroadcast.
I still have access to go in and do whatever I felt was appropriate.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the channel is technically still alive and it's still out there. But Dan used to talk about the strong men. The strong men are the spirits of the Nephilim who once walked upon this earth. They are the children of the fallen who mingled themselves with human women and created giants, and ultimately those giants died, and their spirits are still here. And Dan used to spend a lot of time talking to me and explaining how each of these spirits seeked all their victims and would uh, enter into people based on what Dan called open doors, and how um, how you had to figure out how to close all of these doors so that way these voices and these spirits could not cause chaos in your life. And yes, I know it's not a completely simple, easy thing to do, but there's quite a bit that's in this book that will help you close some doors. Because if you're not being impeccable with your word, or if you're taking things personally, those are open doors.
Well, and their agreements, right? I speak all the time about giving your silent consent.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they open the doors. And we've been programmed since day one through so many different ways, which we've talked about on all of our shows, that open those doors and make you give your silent consent or your silent agreement, and you're not even aware that that's what you're doing.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to read just a little bit more of this one, and then I think this is ultimately going to have to be finished in another show, because we're going to go beyond the veil today as well. We've got a subject that would be very, we've talked about it a little bit in the past, but it would be very controversial in nature due to the content of it. And so we're going to take it beyond the veil. Now, that doesn't mean y'all guys can't come listen. Doesn't mean you have to have a membership or anything like that. You will be able to come and listen. But we're going to be talking about creation, procreation, and how our bodies are in the image of and like symbolically the world we live in, as well as like how it is like the heavens above, and how all of that and the symbolism thereof are related to the crucifixion and the resurrection of Jesus Christ, Yahushua HaMashiach, as well. So we're going to do that. Let me read just a little bit more here, and then we'll start our transition. Don't take anything personally, because by taking things personally, you set yourself up to suffer for nothing. Humans are addicted to suffering at different levels and different degrees. And we support each other in maintaining these addictions. Humans agree to help each other suffer. If you have the need to be abused, you will find it easy to be abused by others. Likewise, if you are with people who need to suffer, something in you makes you abuse them. It is as if they have a note on their back that says, "Please kick me." They are asking for justification for their suffering. Their addiction to suffering is nothing but an agreement that has been reinforced every day. Wherever you go, you will find people lying to you. And as your awareness grows, you will notice that you also lie to yourself. Do you not expect people to tell you the truth because they lie also to themselves? You have to trust yourself and choose to believe or not to believe what someone says to you. When we really see other people as they are without taking it personally, we can never be hurt by what they say or do. Even if others lie to you, it is okay. They are lying to you because they are afraid. They are afraid. Sorry guys, my phone in my pocket is going crazy, probably trying to dial 911 or something other. Uh-oh, hope I didn't call it. I hardly never carry my phone in my pocket, but I had it in there. Let me make sure I didn't call 911. Nope, it's good. I
Okay.
have twice before and the cop showed up.
Oh, oops.
Yeah. They are afraid you will discover that they are not perfect. It is painful to take that social mask off. If others say one thing but do another, you are lying to yourself if you don't listen to their actions. But if you are truthful with yourself, you will save yourself a lot of emotional pain. Telling yourself the truth about it may hurt, but you don't need to be attached to the pain. Healing is on the way, and it's just a matter of time before things will be better with you. If someone is not treating you with love and respect, it is a gift if they walk away from you. If that person doesn't walk away, you will surely endure many years of suffering with him or her. Walking away may hurt for a while, but your heart will eventually heal. Then you can choose what you really want. You will find that you do not need to trust others as much as you need to trust yourself. Make the right choice. When you make it a strong habit not to take anything personally, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your anger, jealousy, and envy will disappear. Let me read that again. When you make it a strong habit not to take anything personally, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your anger, jealousy, and envy will disappear, and even your sadness will simply disappear if you don't take things personally. So we'll end it there. On that, anyways. I still got a couple more things here to do before we go beyond the veil. I'm going to share that link again in the chat. Here it goes. Out the door. I think I did it. Didn't I do it? Try it again. Up here. Oh, maybe it is. Ain't. Deal here. Yeah, no work. More time. At that time. It might have went before. Anyways, it went that time for sure. All right, so we had. I hope y'all guys enjoyed that. But like we started out, there's 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally, and don't make assumptions. That's another big one. Okay, and of course, always do your best. Um, it should work out where I'll come back and cover the don't make assumptions and always do your best. But I hope you've seen enough in this. Maybe you'll go pull this book up. Again, all you got to do is Google the 4 agreements and then type in .pdf and then run that search. Then you look down and you'll find a place where you can open it up and read it for free. Okay. Um, now let me find what I wanted to show you here real quick. Got it right here somewhere. Here we go. A couple of viewer submitted videos. Okay. And we got some viewer story that was submitted as well. We've got, and this is coming in from Daniel, and I hope I don't mess up the pronunciation of this last name, Ben. Okay? He knows who he is, and he is impeccable with his word. He doesn't take things personally, and he doesn't make assumptions, and he always does his best. I've known him long enough now to know this. So let's we got 3 little clips here, and what this is about is it's about the flashing lights out in public when you're going around different places. the lights in different places are just flashing. Okay. Like, we've done entire shows on this subject before, but this is a phenomenon that's been going on now for about a year. Yeah, about a year. And one thing you have to understand, I always want to share the truth behind what's actually happening. Every type of light, all the new types of light, LED, even the ones that are in the tubes, what are those called? Fluorescent. And then also there's another type. Let's put it this way: all the new ones, not the old light bulbs with the little thing in it. I think it's called incandescent. Not those. Those are not affected by EMF, electric magnetic frequency. Okay. Now there are man-made things that can put off EMF. Lots of man-made things. And all these lights, like LEDs and stuff, they can be influenced, meaning they can light up even without, like a car can start blinking lights and it ain't turned on or nothing. Or a light in your house, the switch is off, but the light starts flashing. Okay. There are a lot of man-made things that can affect that. And there are supernatural things that can affect that as well. It can be literally deities. Okay. Good or bad, these things can happen. But with that explanation, Daniel was, I think he was headed to work and coming back from work or something like that. And he shared a few videos with us here while he was driving. And I'm going to play them here. Let's see. Here's video number 1.
Okay, so this is the second one I've seen today. But I'll show you right here. It is flashing lights and I'm seeing them everywhere. And they're not all doing it, just in front of Jersey Mike's. And you can see them flashing. Okay, so this is the second one I've seen today. But I'll show you right here. It is flashing lights and I'm seeing them everywhere. And they're not all doing it, just in front of Jersey Mike's. And you can see them flashing. If you look down the way, they're not flashing only there. All right, so, oh, I found another one. Never mind. I see more. Right here on another building. There's this building, and then this is a separate building. They're flashing there too. All right, now I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna show you another one. Here we go. Here's another one. It's right there. I'm at a stoplight. There it is. Right in the middle. One more. I'm not home yet. That's at a gas station I just stopped at. Here we go. Here's another one. It's right there. I'm at a stoplight. There it is. Right in the middle. One more. I'm not home yet. That's at a gas station I just stopped at. Okay. I'm home. Driving back. And just wanted to give you a quick view as I'm driving in past all the camp. I'm home, driving back, Just wanted to give you a quick view as I'm driving in past all the campers. I'm at the KOA campground. We're almost there. And there it is. Another light flash. And there we have it.
There you have it. Sorry about the little issue with the
Angle?
yeah, the angle. Yeah, the angle.
I was
And the
like
audio,
turning
but
my head.
I hadn't queued them up before, so I should have queued them up before the show, but I didn't. I ain't perfect. I'm doing my best, though. I promise you that. All right, so that was from Daniel Levin, and just showing where he's at. I think he's in Georgia, and he is seeing the light phenomenon, the flashing lights, and all this going on. And I can't say for sure what is causing it in his situation. Again, it can be two different things, but I'll tell you one thing: it's not for sure. Aliens, not aliens. Period. There is no such thing. That's why they named it aliens. Okay. They always tell you the truth in the phonetics of the word. Generally, most of the time, it's like the
Etymology.
Huh?
Etymology.
Yeah.
It is so important to understand, you guys. I mean, etymology will help you to understand what it is you're giving your silent consent to.
Yep, for sure. Okay, now we've got not a long story, but it come in from Wild Man. Okay, and brother, I greatly appreciate you sending this in. And as a matter of fact, all of you can do this by simply emailing tell my story at TheSupernatural.Show, or going on the website, and you can click on the click on the TSS submissions up at the top in the menu. If you're on the cell phone, you have to click the little drop down thing and go under TSS submissions and click submit story, and you can submit it there for us as well, or you can email it to us. Tell my story at TheSupernatural.Show. And the story today again comes in from Wild Man, and I'm gonna change this to actually I can't change it. I got a different setting right now, but we're going to read it now. Okay. And also he has said he would like to come on the show and go into detail about all of this. So let's read what he said, and then we'll decide. Maybe we'll have him on the show. Okay. So he says back in 2024, well, that was a long time ago. He said, I was living in a place called Red River Trailer Park off the Catawba River in South Carolina. Another lucky guy. I had an encounter with a juvenile Sasquatch creature outside my back porch. I saw the back side of it. The thing had a conical shaped head, long arms, wide shoulders, and dark hair. This thing was about 7.5 feet tall. In the beginning, I thought it was a tall person, but tall people don't have long arms past their kneecaps or conical shaped heads. Back in 2019, my brother had an encounter with a dog man, and this thing had to be 13.5 feet tall and red glowing eyes. He told me this thing, something, a little typo there, told me this thing leaped or something other the 7-foot fence behind our back trailer. Remind you, in this area of Native American burial grounds, you're on a major river, and then back in 2023, I got bluffed by a massive creature in the back of our woods. Sound like an elephant going through jungle, breaking limbs. Sounded like it was tearing down trees. That same night, I got shine multiple creatures stacked on top one. A little bit of typo there. That's okay, because my brain's got a typo problems anyways. That same night, I shot, I don't know, creatures stacked on top of one another for a minute. I thought it was a bunch of raccoons. I think you've seen eye shine. I got eye shine from multiple creatures stacked on top of one another. And I thought it was a bunch of raccoons, but the eyes are way too big. I have other stories about a paranormal situations, but when I was younger, I have I have more stories. I've kept all these stories to myself. I've only told some members of my family because everybody thinks I'm crazy or insane. These are just some of the stories in my life of these cryptids and strange phenomenon that has haunted me all of my life. And yeah, I've had experiences with the woods people also, whatever name people want to label them with, whether it's Bigfoot, Sabe. There's a biblical name too. I'm trying to think of the one that is directly related to them. Satine, something like that. And I've heard them scream or howl in the middle of the night at midnight. I heard them do it 3 times. They'd come up and bang on the house, like pow, on the side of the house in the middle of the night, many, many times. And I'd be sitting on go sometime waiting on them, and I'd fly out there, and there was never nothing there to be seen. And one night I was sitting on the porch, and steps were to my left about 5-6 foot away where the steps went down. But something slapped the side of the house about 2 foot from where I was sitting, right beside me. Pow! And I just looked over. I didn't get scared for whatever reason. I just said, all right, because I'd been dealing with this house slapping thing. I said, all right, you got my attention. And what is it exactly that you want my attention for? What is it that you want? But still, I got no discernible communication that I could do. But so, put a long story short, wild man, I believe you. And we had a couple of other stories come in as well, and we'll be reading one of those on the next show when we do the next show. I'll be Monday, I imagine, probably. Roxy, you ever had any experience with the woods people at all?
Oh, Roxy had to go and get her grandkids, so she had to go.
Yeah, but that happens sometimes. Shannon, have you ever had any experience with the woods people?
Well, as previously discussed on other shows, I personally have not, because I have been a city folk for quite some time, but my father-in-law is just as obsessed with the pursuit of searching for Sabe as we are. And his goal in retirement years is to go on a quest. And I often say, oh, you mean with your daughter-in-law? And so I am currently trying to save up to get equipment to film stuff outside, because I want to go boots on the ground and go adventure and look into some of these really awesome mud fossiled tree stumps and giant remains and Sabe and
seeing the wood in them. Be awesome.
Yeah. So, I might at some point have an adventure buddy around here, my father-in-law, to do some of this with if we can get the equipment. So
Well,
we're working on it.
one thing to share with you, and I'm pretty highly positive about this, is that our current camera technology, like your trail cam stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they use infrared lights to be able to
Yeah.
detect movement and stuff and start filming. And they're not going to catch Asabe because they obviously have the ability to see infrared. Okay? Their eyes
Right.
are supernatural, and they can use their eyes to project. You know how if you're out somewhere and someone's staring at you, you can kind of tell normally,
Mm-hmm.
and you look right at them. Well, these things, they not only have the ability to project that energy that you're picking up on, but they can project through that energy, they can project terror. They can influence the emotion of an unprepared person and put terror upon them just by
Right.
simply focusing in their eyes on that person and focusing their intent to project that terror. I suspect that we have possibly some of those capabilities, but I don't go around trying to focus terror on people, so I can't speak for it myself. Absolutely. But anyways,
I
thank you.
wonder.
Go ahead, Shannon.
I wonder if old school camera equipment would be better at capturing things. I mean, it tends to be better at capturing other spiritual anomalies that these new things can't.
Yeah, it may be. I mean, some of the new camera stuff do definitely detect things your eyes can't see. But specifically when it comes to the woods people, as I tend to call them, they trail cams can't catch them. And typically,
Right.
you're not going to go out and go, I'm going to find a Bigfoot. What's going to happen is they're going to find you if they choose for whatever reason to show themselves to you, or if they choose, they will scare the crap out of you and run you out of the woods. If you go in there with the wrong intentions, like, I'm going to film you and put you on the internet, you're probably just going to get scared to death. They go throw rocks at you, throw trees at you. They're maybe worse, charge you, do all kinds of things because these beings are supernatural. They are, in just my belief, my opinion. Okay, so you don't have to take it for yourself and add it as an agreement for yourself. But my opinion is that they are definitely supernatural, and they have the ability to. Think about angels. Okay, angels are masters of frequency. They sing and hold the world together. Okay, so they're masters of frequency. So if these creatures are genetically somehow, however all that worked, tied in with angelic beings, they would be masters, or at least very, very good at frequency. So therefore, they can alter frequency to make themselves appear as if they can disappear. They may be still there, but you just can't see them. Because think about the Predator movie, creature with the shimmer up in the tree kind of thing. That I've seen and heard quite a few encounters, because it is a subject that I done a lot of research on and read a lot of encounters, listened to a lot of encounters, and they tend to, there's quite a bit of pattern of that. They have the ability. They can be in the trees and be shaking the crap out of the trees, big, huge trees, and you can't see them. Just like in the movie The Predator. Normally, these movies like Predator and all these things, they get their storyline from somewhere, typically. So, anyways, thank you, Wild Man, for submitting that. And apparently since Roxy's gone, and she was the main one that I had prepared everything with to do the Beyond the Veil day, I guess I'm going to have to cancel that. I didn't know she had to go so quick. But we will do it. We'll try to do it Monday, okay, and go into that subject matter that we wanted to go into, because I literally had a bunch of things prepared with Roxy to go over. Maybe something happened and she had to go take care of those babies. Things, they fall down, hit their knee, whatever. Got to take care of those babies, so no worries. I love you all. Thank you, Shannon, for being here. Thank you, Super Mike. So glad that you're doing better, brother.
Yay, Super Mike.
Anonymous Legion out there holding it down. Christopher, Rage Against the Machine. All y'all guys here. Thank you very much.
And hey, Super Dave, I hope you got your Ethiopian Bible today. You're supposed to.
Yeah. And as soon as I can get to the post office, I've got a lot of car problems. As soon as I can get to the post office, and I'll get your tinfoil hat winnings to you too, Super Dave. They are coming. They just slow because I'm slow, and the post office is quite the walk. Okay, but you will get it. You will get it. All of you.
I don't mean to do a shameless plug here,
Please, do. but don't be ashamed.
Roxy and I are doing a promotion this month, and by the end of the month, the new people who subscribe to our channels by the end of this month, starting December 1st, we are giving away, I have about 3 copies of, what is it called? I always mess this title up, and I don't know why. The Incoming Flood of the AI, The Return of the Nephilim. And it was written by David, our amazing friend, Jesus Freak Computer Geek. Mm-hmm. And so I bought 3 of those. We're going to give those out. And he has just upped the ante on this, and anybody who has a copy now or receives a copy of this book with this giveaway, if you put in a review on Amazon for his book, you will also be entered in for a giveaway for a laptop that's already programmed with Bible study guides and all kinds of fun stuff. So I just kind of wanted to let you guys know the incentive is awesome to subscribe. So this way we can at least get, more fun, different kinds of content out there. I only have so many subscribers right now, so I can't make any video shorts or things along those lines, but I would love to do that. Yeah, it's all good. I just want to be able to do more stuff for you guys, and I can't without the subscribers. All right, I can imagine it's probably a minute. How long?
It took, for the first 100 subscribers, it took about 6 months.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And then but more and more, there's a multiplication factor that starts taking place. And, under normal conditions, it just keep on growing. Don't fret at all, and just know that we're here for you. And I'll say this, and that is that Shannon and Roxy, none of us, including myself, absolutely know everything about everything, but Shannon and Roxy really should be listened to. Okay? So go over and subscribe to the Children of at Shannon's channel, and also Roxy is the Roxy Files. They can be easily looked up, or you can find them on the website as well under team members and get links to their channels. So with that said,
and it'll just be great for you guys, because then we can give you guys more content in different ways. So
it's called a dream of a network with people all around the world telling the truth and being supported by their viewers and helping them spread that truth and sharing the channels and sharing the videos. You know, like if we actually all worked together and stopped being divided and actually believed in each other and supported each other and did our best in trying to get the truth spread out, because the truth is the word and the word is God.
That's right.
I love you.
Believe we can fly. I believe we can touch the sky. Okay.
All right. We love you guys. We'll see
All right.
you
Bye.
on Monday, if not sooner. Bye-bye for now.